It's week 4 of the 2025 season.
Here's Cade York to start the ball game. Off we go from Cleveland. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They are led by their quarterback, the future Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
On second down, a run with Hall. And he'll have a first down as he gets this up close to the 40-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
He was looking for Malachi Corley, and it'll be second down. They will run it over center with Hall. Maybe a couple there. It's third down. The shotgun, it's A-Rod. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. On fourth down, the Jets turn it to the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. Nyheim Hines back deep for the Browns. He'll take this in back at the 16. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback. Throwing, Huntley.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. Early rhythm he was able to establish. He rode that to the final whistle. They had an answer for everything the defense threw at him, and if he continues to stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate, it's going to be a hard group to beat.
2nd and 7. Back to throw. Huntley. He's got his man, the tight end, David Njoku. Oh. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Now Huntley. First down throw there is incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
Huntley now. He'll try to run for it.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it. And
he will score. Nick Chubb Touchdown, Cleveland. His 12th touchdown of the year. Greg, offensive coordinators script the start of the game. This script has read perfectly. What a great start for this offense.
It just seems like every play this offensive coordinator dials up is perfectly timed and then perfectly executed. They've been aggressive, they've been efficient right since the start of this one. And I'll tell you what, Mike, they continue to build on this lead here early. This is going to be a long day for this defense.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Pass caught right side by Conklin. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. A-Rod now to throw on 1st down. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. But this is taken in by a teammate.
I feel like we see this so often, Mike, especially with how good these receivers are after the catch. They're so eager to pick up that extra yardage. Sometimes they don't completely put the ball away, and with how good these defenders are at knocking it loose, pretty fortunate on that one. His team...
Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Browns have it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
To throw is Huntley. This pass caught by Judy. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Huntley. He's got it inside the 5. And he is going to be out of bounds. From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. They'll run here. It's Ford. And he will power his way into the end zone. Jerome Ford. Touchdown, Browns. York, good on the extra point. And the Browns will extend their 1st quarter lead. It's now 14-0. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Jets offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the tie is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can. This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
2nd down, Rodgers. That's to the right side. He's got Corley. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. From the gun, Rodgers. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. On comes Thomas Morstead. And John to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The drive starts with a carry by 4. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 20.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
He's going to air this one out. He's got it! And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone inside the 20. Another catch from there. Numbers starting to stack up in this one. Closing in on 100 yards, and we're still in the first half. On the handoff, this is Chubb. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Huntley. That's caught by 4.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Ball right on the 5-yard line, 2nd down and goal. Again, it'll be 4. And nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one. 3rd and goal. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that is going to be knocked away. Incomplete. And with that... They've come this far. You get the feeling they want more than 3. So here they will go for it on 4th and goal. A second effort, and he is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Now it's York for the PAT. He's got it. And the Browns will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And, the ball's out. But he'll gather it back in. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was.
Under pressure, he's going to go down again. They've sacked him for a 2nd consecutive time. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. To throw is Rodgers. Going for it all. And that is intercepted by Denzel Ward. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Off he goes. And he'll be taken down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is second, and he will drive his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Browns. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. York, good on the extra point. And the Browns are able to extend the advantage to 28-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Gibson now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Jets offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. That's a short one taken in by Conklin. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, it's the tight end, Conklin. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one, and down he goes.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
3rd and 9. Rodgers. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he gets that to Hardman. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Throwing now on 1st and 10. That one is complete to Hardman. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And those numbers tell a lot of the story of this 1st half, don't they, Mike? I mean, it's easy to see why he was a central piece in this game plan, and he makes another grab there to add to this growing stat line.
It'll be a short pickup down to the 31. Quincy Williams in there for the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing, Huntley. To the sideline. He's got more.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains. Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Huntley. And he's in. Jamari Thrash. Touchdown, Cleveland. York, good on the extra point. And the Browns stretch out this lead even more. It is now 35-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Gibson now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jets offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Browns have it.
You know, Mike, with the importance being placed on yards after the catch, we're seeing more and more guys really emphasize turning into a runner as soon as possible. And, of course, it's a critical part of today's modern offense. But the part you have to remember, the yards are never more important than protecting the ball, so it needs to continue to be stressed. Yes, we want the big explosive play after the catch, but never at the expense of the ball.
Huntley now. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll have more from Cleveland after this. The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku. The risk pays off to the tune of 16 yards.
Let's add that to the list of great throws we've seen out of this quarterback here in the first half. We thought he might be in line to have a good game, especially against this style of defense. But let's be honest, Mike, he's been more than just good. He's been sensational.
And the Browns are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4. Now Huntley. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Browns. Touchdown number 17 for him on the year. And his 3rd of this game. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Gibson now on the return. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Jets offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. From the shotgun, it's A-Rob. That's caught. It's Braylon Allen. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4. I fumbled the football. The Browns have it. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. York now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Browns continue to bring the hammer down. It is now 49-0. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That's to the running back, Breece Hall. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the 1st down. He's got his man complete to Wilson. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stomped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Going to get that into the hands of his receiver, Mike Williams. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. On 3rd and 1, here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. And no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw is Huntley. He's going to run it. They get 11 and quickly pick up the first down.
I can tell you from firsthand, Mike, seeing it unfold, runs like this demoralize any defense. I mean, he's been doing it pretty much since the beginning of the game, and they have yet to find an answer for keeping him under wraps. He has run wild from that quarterback position.
He'll take off again. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line. Here's Huntley. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is 4th. And a good run there on 2nd down. A pick up 7. It'll bring up 3rd and 3. Huntley. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds after a pickup of about 4, but that is enough to keep the drive alive. First down. In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. Now he'll run it. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. He'll drop to throw. That is caught to the goal line and in. Nicole Hardman. Touchdown, Cleveland. York, good on the extra point. And the Browns will add one more onto their big lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And a short pickup to about the 30. Here's 2nd and 9. Rodgers now. That one taken in by Corley. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. From the gun, Rodgers. His his 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
That is hard. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. That's a... Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Browns have it. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Once again, it's Chubb. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. That's caught by 4. Good work after the catch. They get 16 and a first down. Here's a handoff to Chubb. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big game, and he picks up the first down.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And this is just more of the same, picking up exactly where he left off in the first half. And these numbers, Mike, as you see them, they just pop out at you. I mean, he has been the driving force of this offense from the very start.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards... They face 2nd down and 7. Now a handoff to Ford. Trying to avoid tacklers there, but the ball is out. The Jets have got it.
So the biggest thing that stands out...
And remember now, all... So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he will get into the end zone. David Njoku. Touchdown, Browns. York, good on the extra point. And the Browns add on to their already sizable lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Gibson now on the return. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Rodgers going up top again. There's that man again. Another catch. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. He was looking for Garrett Wilson there. And it's going to bring up a third down. They'll try to run for it with Hall. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
Rupee's kick is good. And the Jets cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and...
Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. Ho-ho! And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it, and it's 4. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A run up the middle with Chubb. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll run right here with Chubb. Still fighting. What a run. Shedding tacklers. Picks up 9 on the play. Back to throw. Huntley. That one is complete to Hartman. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. They'll go with Chubb. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. He'll stay on the ground with Chubb. And he will power his way into the end zone. Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Cleveland. So 2 touchdowns for him in this one. Numbers 12 and 13 on the year. They extend the lead, and it looks like they're going to extend the terrific start to this season. Greg, they are just a few minutes away from a 4-0 beginning.
Even since adding that 17th game to the schedule, so many coaches across the league, Mike, they still refer to the season as quarters. So they talk about, all right, let's focus going into the year on winning quarter number 1. And I'll tell you what, at 4-0, it doesn't get much better than that.
Pass caught right side by Conklin. He has been busy. 9 receptions on the game in that one. A first down. From the shotgun, it's A-Rob. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. Give him 14 on that one. Good for a Jets first down. Rodgers to throw. This complete to Corley. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. Again, it's Rodgers. That's to the left side, pulled in by Conklin. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. Rodgers. Who else? He's hit after the catch and the ball comes free. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. He'll wind up getting enough to pick up the 1st down. Throwing, Rodgers. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
A nice drive. This is the 9th play coming up, and they cash it in on 3rd and goal. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbound. And now the referee.
Previous play is under review.
So that is what you want. I know sometimes it takes time, but they do get it right. And this call will stand. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jets cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Huntley now. That's to the right side and incomplete.
Well, there's refusing to take your foot off the gas, and then there's this.
And now the ref. So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. Going deep downfield for Judy. Sauce Gardner as good as they come. There to knock that one away. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Huntley. He runs with it. And he's very close to 1st down yardage. They're going to mark him shy, though, at the 48. And we'll get whistles and a timeout, so they will stop the clock. Closing seconds, game decided, but timeout anyway. Going deep downfield for Judy. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So